Good day. Thanks for joining me for another Atari 2600 gameplay video. I've got queued up here Ms. Pac-Man, which was released the year after Pac-Man in 1982. The game is considerably better than our good pal Pac-Man. Even though it is merely a year later. So here we have a nice, what do you call this? Game overview screen, I guess, title screen. It's pleasant to even have something like this on a 2600 cartridge, let alone one that's as good looking as this. I never had this game when I was a teen, although I do have it. In fact, I have it in my hot little hands right here. I don't know if you can see that. The lighting's not great. Ms. Pac-Man, and I can't seem to tilt it in the correct direction. There you are. So, if I were to pull out my old VCS Atari 2600 console, I could play that. Let's have a go here. The maze. Okay, I feel like I probably deserve to actually have that power pellet, but obviously not. You need to completely swallow it, I guess, before it gets activated, and and it looks like I'm purely terrible at Ms. Pac-Man. So there you go. Take that for whatever it's worth. It's got the bouncing fruit that travel the maze, which is quite a nice feature. Obviously the same kind of thing as the arcade. The maze, well, it's not exactly like the arcade maze, but it's at least a maze as opposed to basically just a grid on the old Pac-Man conversion, which was only released a year earlier than this. And I did a video on that recently and renewed my lack of fondness for that particular game. So, obviously when I concentrate on playing, I do slightly better. And Mr. Ghost there, I kind of want to finish this maze if I can. Control is quite good, actually. Even with me and my not so great for this kind of thing analog joystick, it's working out better than I did with Pac-Man for sure. At this point, your player, Ms. Pac, is still slightly faster than the ghosts, which is nice. That's a bit different than the arcade. You've got sort of a countdown timer which basically escalates in pitch as the time runs out, which does give you a pretty good clue about how long it's going to last, or not so much clue as an indication of how long it's going to last, which is nice. Not, I don't think, true to the arcade. I'm sure that wasn't a part of the arcade game, but not a terrible addition. And if I remember right, 10,000 points got you an extra player. Let's see if that's true here. It is. Good news for me. Whoop, too late, too late, too late. So I probably should have grabbed some points there. So here we have second screen or third screen? Actually, it wasn't. No, third screen. You get a different maze, different color palette. So, you know, it's a lot like Ms. Pac-Man. Oh, except for the tunnel down there, I suppose. But anyway, you know, the mazes are not the same as the arcade game, but the color palettes, the fact that the maze changes after a couple of rounds, and the playability of this game is just so much better than than the original Pac-Man cartridge by Atari. Extremely disappointing. Whoop, 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 whoop. That wasn't quite what I meant to do. I was trying to go down this tunnel. So, I should probably not go directly into the teeth of the ghosts. Do ghosts have teeth? I don't know. I feel like these ones might. Since the kills ya. The ghosties kills ya. With no remorse on their part. Which makes them evil ghosts. Ooh. Not quite sure why I didn't get killed by Mr. Ghosty. You get a different object each round, and with escalating point values. In the arcade game, the highest point value object was bananas at 5,000 points. I suspect I will not make it long enough in this game to find out, but maybe. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see how we do here. Got the pretzel, no more. I think 10,000 points was it for extra players, so at least in the arcade. Just kind of consciously noticed that I do, in fact, my player, being Ms. Pac-Man, as we all know, girls at all times wear bows in their hair, and that is the universal symbol of being a girl. Everybody knows that. Anyway, Ms. Pac-Man in the arcade had a red bow, and that was how you could tell her apart from Pac-Man, because other than that, they basically looked the same. And Junior Pac-Man had a little beanie, so there you go. Alright, here's yet another maze. Oh, whoops, darn it. Just trying to decide if that's the same maze as the first maze or not. So, we do have some game options. 1, 2, 3 bears. I think, if I'm not mistaken, 1 bear was the easiest, 2 bears is the novice, and 3 bears is for intermediate. Oh, wait a minute. 1 bear, Ms. Pac-Man is pursued by 1 ghost, 2 ghosts, 3 ghosts. Was I not pursued by 4 ghosts? 5 game variations. Cherries. Oh, arcade, just like the original, pursued by 4 ghosts. All games start at the easiest level. Games then progress to the highest level. Banana. If you survive the banana level, mazes alternate between maze 3 and 4. Every 2 times, the fruits are randomly selected, and the time the ghosts stay blue decreases. Not unreasonable. Alright, maybe I'll have, oh, not on the bears though. Cherries. Well, actually, now that I've said that, let's start a game on the bears. I've already played a game on the cherries, and let's see what happens here. So the speed of Ms. Pac-Man, I think, is the same. So the only difference then is the fact that Ms. Pac is pursued by a single ghost. How about that? And the ghost does not flicker, since the game is not dividing its time drawing multiple ghosts. So there you go. How many points do you get for eating 1 ghost? Ooh, quite a few. The max, I'm going to say. I think that was it. It was 2, 4, 8, and 1,600. And I'm quite sure I just got 1,600 for that. Let's see what happens here. Come on out, ghost. So if I'm right, this will jump me to 4,700. Yep. Alrighty, well there you go. 2 bears, 2 ghosts. Three bears, 3 ghosts. Other than that, gameplay is the same. And the arcade experience, which is what we all want, with red ghosts starting outside the ghost base for some reason. Too many ghosts to layer on top of each other, that seems a little bit unlikely, but who knows. Can I get? No, I cannot. Oh, I maybe could have actually. ghost. Two ghosts. Four ghosts. Four ghosts. Alrighty, so do I play through this game? Maybe let me have a look at how long I've been playing for here. To pause and bring up my recording software, which for some reason because I was reading the manual, was no longer in the foreground. 10 whole minutes already. Well, and there I go. There I go, not making it. It's actually, as 2600 games go, it's pretty fun to play. I think, however, I'm going to pause it there and not subject you to 5 more minutes or 6 more minutes of me playing Ms. Pac-Man. But it's a good game. It's fun to play. It's a decent arcade conversion to the 2600, so I recommend this one. And not just because I own the cartridge. It is a good game. And that's probably about all I have to say about that. Thanks very much for watching. I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.